Malawian boy.
Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. It's a good song. So if you are a hater, you didn't like that song, it's your own fault. Nobody has got a coda, African beat, rhythm, whatever you call house music, my piano for people in South Africa. If you get me, better intro than that. But I know people like the other video intro. We'll play that later on. But for now, I just wanted to play the music. Welcome to the show, guys. It's a lovely Friday night. I was about to say Friday evening, same thing, Friday night, Friday evening. Today, I have Carl, if he comes back. Then I have Jesse, who's a United fan. And then we have Adam. Adam, who's the local Man City fan who usually comes here. He's been missing for a while, but obviously he's been busy with work, but he's back now with a vengeance and to troll Liverpool fans. So, guys, welcome to the show. So, it's Man City versus Man United, Jesse. The time has come. The time we've all been waiting for all this season. I have been in a lot of streams, Jesse. People are saying the North London derby is better than the Manchester City derby. Apparently, we don't have that juice. We don't have that sauce. I asked in most of the streams, good streams, by the way, guys who I respect and love. I asked them that what determines big? Why are people saying the London derby is big? Because I think, apart from people in England, I'm going to say this as an international fan, apart from people in England and people in London, I think that's all who care. I think international fans, like myself, when I was in Africa, I never said, oh, let me wake up and watch Spurs versus Arsenal. I'm sorry, no. And I think Jesse will feel the same. I used to say, oh, let me wake up and watch Arsenal versus United. That's me. That was the biggest one I knew back then. Us Liverpool, that time I was young, but I could hear about it. I would watch Liverpool, Chelsea, but I never watched Arsenal and Spurs. And I might sound funny here. When I was young, maybe very, very young, as a young kid, I never knew there was a team called Tottenham Spurs or Spurs. No disrespect. That's why I never bothered. But I knew there was Arsenal and United because everywhere I go in the streets in Malawi, there's United fans, a lot of them. Even a place where there's no radio, there's United fans and Arsenal. So that's what I was asking, guys. I don't not disrespect to Spurs or Arsenal. Is I think apart from England, outside the world, nobody really wakes up in the morning and say, "I want to watch Spurs versus Arsenal." I don't think so. I don't think. I think. Look, I think it was always. I don't know, Jesse. What do you think, Jesse? Back in the days, as an international fan, did you ever wake up saying, "I want to go watch Spurs versus Arsenal"? You're on mute.
Am I? Oh yeah. You can hear me now, though. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not. I was born in '93, so by the time I became a United fan at the age of 6, 7, it was right after the we won the treble, and it was never even televised. They wouldn't even televise the North London Derby. So the only real rivals I knew before I grew up, and I heard about the history with Liverpool and Manchester United, Liverpudlians and Mancunians, I didn't even know that there was that rivalry. And I feel like it's very similar for global fans outside of the UK, like you say, to not really see that rivalry as anything more than a domestic dispute. But when it came to Arsenal and Manchester United, that was the largest rivalry in the country. And now you're looking at this rivalry, which is a local dispute. But even if you just go back a decade, it's been City and United going, at it. Chelsea United before that, Arsenal United before that. Tottenham and Arsenal doesn't even clock on people's radars globally, in my opinion, as a United fan. So you're muted now.
I know I was. There was something that came up on my. That's the thing, guys. Like, it's not disrespectful. It's just I was trying to tell people. I was like, as an international fan, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I never once said, "Oh, there's London clubs playing." It was always the Arsenal and United game that I was more interested in because that's what was in my country, and they showed it on TV. Spurs. I'm sorry, guys. You never had that juice. So back home, I never knew you. Man City too. I'm gonna be honest. I tell people majority of the people in my country used to support the local football. There was Butter Bullets, Wanderers, this Malawian league. So even though when Malawian fans who are United fans are bantering me, I look at them and say, "Come on, don't do that," because the only reason why you jumped on the United wagon is because United were the team in Malawi that was popular and winning. So everybody jumped to Beckham. Oh, look at Beckham, look at Roy King. So don't do that. Like, that's why when a Malawian is calling me plastic, I laugh and say, "Are you serious? You're calling me plastic?" Our teams are Butter Bullets and Wanderers. But anyway, enough of that. That's about 8 minutes gone for running on that. Okay, let's get to what we're here for. Man City versus Man United. Ten Hag versus Pep Guardiola. Ronaldo, the great Ronaldo versus Haaland. Bernardo Silva versus his teammate Bruno Fernandes. De Bruyne is missing. I couldn't find the verses for De Bruyne, but I just saw this as something interesting. So sue me if you don't like the picture. So, Jesse, we're here. We're here. We've been all the day we've all been waiting for. Jesse, I don't know about your side, so I'm gonna ask you from the opposition side. Do you have anybody from your side who's injured? What's the injury report from your press, if the press was happening today?
So Tuanzebe and Williams are out, which don't really matter. We're never going to play them in this game anyways. Good news for us. Sorry if that creaked. We have apparently Martial has trained all week. Now, I don't think he's going to get a full 90. And then Marcus has been back for around 3-4 games. But I can't see him playing a full 90 either. I think that it's going to be a toss-up. We'll get into that, actually, what I think our game plan will be. But we're missing two people who are very important up front because I don't think Ronaldo is going to be a massive use against you guys. So.
Okay, so those are the two. So I'll go to the City fans. I don't know if I have Adam. Adam, do I have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So what about yourself, Adam? What have you heard from the City side? Do we have a lot of injured players? Walker is back, isn't he?
Yeah, Walker is back, and even what's his name? Laporte
Laporte.
is back in training. So, but I don't think he will start. It's most likely going to be a defense centre back partnership of Akanji and Diaz.
Did you watch the press today? Because I didn't watch it. I was very busy at work.
I watched not the whole thing, but I watched a bit of it. But I'll get back to watching the whole thing possibly later on.
Yeah, and obviously, John Stones is the one that got injured
Yeah,
in the
he's the
England
only
team.
one that's say out.
Yeah, I hear he's out for just for 10 days. 10 days. Apparently, it's
Yeah.
not as serious as people thought. So, Jesse, from our side, that's it. It's John Stones. Laporte is back. Apparently, he's been training. He could have been back weeks ago, but they have been keeping him. That obviously they know the season is long. John Stones again, he's down. Maybe it was smart to buy Akanji. Look, I did this obviously for the City side. I was gonna ask Josh or yourself if obviously for ourselves. Well, sorry, let me go this. These are the players to watch for ourselves. Carl, are you here with us?
I'm here. How are you guys?
Yeah, so Carl, for the players to watch for City, I'll let Jesse talk about Man United players he wants to see perform or do better. For me, I would like to watch Jack. Yes, he scored the first goal, and I know you've been on a crusade for Jack for the past week.
Yeah, I don't want to see Jack in that team. He doesn't deserve to. He doesn't deserve to start that game. I'm sorry.
He's right.
We cannot be letting a player find form when the player is on the bench who's in form. It's madness. We can't. I'm not saying Jack is bad. I'm just saying that he's not on form. He's not a better player than Alvarez. We play a front three of Alvarez, Foden, and Haaland. United will have a very difficult night. You play Grealish, you're sub-optimizing the whole. Serious. He doesn't deserve to start. Here's a guy who scored 4 goals in a year and a half for City, who has 19 goals in 4 years for Villa and for City. It's not good enough. I'm sorry. It's just not good enough, Patrick.
Okay. So what about Haaland? Haaland had an interview, Jess. I don't know if you saw it. Haaland said he would love and he would be so happy if he scored against Man United. How did you feel about that?
I mean, Haaland is Haaland. Haaland will do what Haaland does. Whether he scores or doesn't score, he'll do what he does. He's a striker, right? He's a finisher. He's clinical. 11 goals in 8 games. I mean, what else can you say about him? I got no problems with him at all. My big problem, my big worry is Grealish. That's my big worry. That's my problem. And Mahrez.
So, okay, Jesse, go ahead.
Yeah, no, honestly, when it comes to Haaland, the guy's a machine. As we get into kind of like the tactical side of what I've been looking at, I actually don't think that this game has a whole lot to do with Haaland. I think that Haaland is just one of those players that you don't focus on Haaland when you come to face it. I think people have been making this mistake. Teams have been making this mistake through these first 7 fixtures. I think you guys played all 7 because we've only played 6.
Yeah, 7.
Plus in the Champions League and all that. I think the mistake is focusing on Haaland. That's not what you do. You cut off the supply to him. So if the ball comes to Haaland, he's going to score. The guy is a unit. He's a machine. If you play a high line, he'll be in behind. He's faster than everyone. He's stronger than everyone. He's more clinical than everyone. So you have to either play a low block or do something a little clever there in like a mid block to just keep the ball from going in behind. Haaland is not actually the danger man, in my opinion, for this game, even though he is the one who scores the goals. And I think that's the trick that a lot of people have been missing. But I mean, honestly, if you want my opinion on Haaland, am I scared of him? Yes, but only because I know he's going to bag if we don't shut down the danger men around him.
Yeah. So basically, you're saying the tactic that I think Hag should look for is just cut out the supply to Haaland. Just cut it out. That'll be the way forward. Look, for me, I'll let you speak in a few minutes. I want you to talk about United, talk about the players you want to watch and the players you want to see perform in this. Because regardless, we all have. So for me, why I put Akanji, guys, is Akanji has played well so far, but I don't think he's been threatened yet. I think United, with the speed, if they bring the speed, I would like to see him against speed. Why is because every time United, when they have hurt us, it's because of speed of Rashford, the speed of. So I'd like to see Akanji for speed right now.
I kind of disagree with that because are you telling me that Akanji's never faced Leroy Sané? He's never faced Alphonso Davies?
No, he has, but you get what I mean is Yes, he has, but I'm saying
Yeah.
I want him in the Man City team. How we set up,
man.
I want to watch him because you know what?
Yeah,
You know why I want. Let me give you why I want to watch him, Carl. Before you go on, is Akanji was brought in, and I know what he was brought in for. He was brought in for when Walker is injured. We always lack speed in the back, right? So I want to see him handle these guys, and I was like, yeah, like it's not like I don't believe in him. It's just how I want to see that. I really want to see it live. Of that, oh, this Akanji guy, even if Walker is not here, he can handle these people in the prem.
Akanji wasn't just brought in for Walker's speed. Akanji's a total defender. He's a complete defender. Left foot, right foot, header, quick, fast, technical, can pass through the lines easily, can break the lines, can go long, can go short, defends well, heads the ball well. You saw the goal he scored against in the Nations League against, was it Spain or whatever it was, right? He's a complete defender. Complete. One of the reasons why Switzerland got to the semi-final of the Euros, whatever, they beat France, was because of Akanji. One of the reasons why they got to the World Cup was because they have a solid defense, which is marshaled by Akanji. So this idea that somehow all the guy does is run merchant is not the only thing. This guy's a complete defender. Just the fact that he refused to sign a new contract, and he had 1 year left at Dortmund, and he's going to City.
I think that's
United
where
wanted the guy.
I think that's where you're getting me wrong heavily. Look, Akanji is great, and I've watched him for Switzerland. I watched him marshal the Swiss backline. Yes, he's played on a few games for City. So for me, what I'm looking for is, because I have watched players before who've come to City from somewhere. I start off great, Mangala. Mangala was great in Portugal. He was marshalling, and he was look. I just want to make an example. Why? Like, I'm not doubting him. It's just Mangala came in. He locked down the first game. It's just I want to see Akanji the same way I saw Diaz, the same way I saw Laporte in a string of games. You know what I mean? So why I'm saying United is a challenge is because United like to counter attack. I just want to see him in that system for my own pleasure, just to say, oh, this guy, yes, he's a mountain of a man, or he's very. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, who's playing on the right side in this game since Stones is out? And will Diaz have to play on the right?
Walker, isn't it? Walker is back.
No, right center back will probably that Akanji, left will probably.
You meant? I thought you said right back. I thought you meant right back.
No, I said on the right. I didn't clarify, so that's fair enough. But yeah, Walker going up the right, and then
Akanji, and then Diaz, then Cancelo.
So Akanji and Walker will play on that side.
Yeah, so Walker will be next to Akanji, and Diaz will be next to Cancelo.
Yeah, so that's the real concern. That's where I would say where the spot would open up if something were to happen. I don't know why I was thinking for some reason it would be someone else, like Cancelo, because Cancelo likes to push up high. That's where that weakness would be for us with pace, is if that we can push that your guys' right side, but to our left. And then we had this comment, if you want to bring it up. Harry Mills asked, "Are Martial and Rashford fit?"
Yeah.
So Martial has been in full training all week. Rashford came back midweek. I don't think either of them are going to get a full 90 minutes, but those are definitely the players that if we're going to win this game, they're going to have to come on at some point and do something, because we don't have the pace. Antony's kind of quick, but he's more quick over like a little, with a short distance and all that. So that's probably your greatest weakness covered, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you guys should be fine.
So the thing is, I think Walker being back is great, because we played a few games with you, especially the times when I think you dunked on us. Walker was injured. He came out the game before. This is the first time I want to see Walker, because I haven't seen Walker in a long time play against you. But that's the thing. So it's going to be Akanji and Walker, and then the other side is going to be Cancelo and Diaz. Look, all fast back. It's a fast back line, It's very fast back line. So let me just read some of the comments here. City, Bernardo better start tomorrow. I hope he starts. Jordan says, how are you doing? Jordan Samir says, Bernardo is the key for City, which is true. We're going to get into that. Evening to you, hi, Emails, man. Bernardo Silva, the Portuguese, is the key man. Yeah, he is the key man. McLavin, how you doing, man? Jordan says, Patrick, I watched the show with you and HH and how he was rubbing the UCL on your face and all the other City guys. He better keep his fingers crossed. HH is like that. He's a friend. He's like, we just let him ride on that. That's the last thing he has. There's nothing else he has than that UCL, the one, which I these days just say, you know what, the one it. So, guys, I'm going to take the City side out. What about yourself, Jesse? I know Maguire is injured. I've just seen the report, and that one is official. When Martial and Rashford were being called as injured, I knew it was mind games. I said to somebody, these are mind games. Rashford will show up on that pitch. So who do you want to watch? Is there anybody you want to say, I want to see them tested against the City side? Because I still don't believe that they're as good as people think they are. Not in a bad way. It's just sometimes you want to play to be proved. So who are the players you're going to be watching, the 3 players in your team?
It's gonna be a little weird. Ericsson has been in scintillating form, and he is and has been the best player in every single game I've seen him play for Denmark and for United versus whatever teams they've played. So that is the one to look out for. Little concerned about our midfield, as we'll probably get into later. I keep saying that, but then it's really if Rashford gets on the pitch at some point, and it has to be Antony. I don't see there being much in our front line. We don't have a whole lot of dangermen. What it really is basically. So
don't forget Anthony. You got Anthony, isn't it? Anthony,
Anthony.
Elanga, Sancho, Rashford, Martial.
No, I'm saying
Ronaldo.
I'm saying Antony, the Brazilian Antony, on the other side.
Anthony.
Yeah. So him, Rashford, and then Ericsson. Bruno, even you could kind of squeeze in there because he's gonna be playing the through ball. But besides that, we don't have a whole lot of dangermen. It's really, this is going to be we'll have to be clinical here. So when you ask me about dangermen, that's all I can really say. Like, there's not a whole lot I can see besides that, if you know what I mean. Like, we're keep in mind, like, we are 8-9 games into a brand new project, so we have to stick with what works. There's absolutely, like, we're not going to be able to play you guys at your game, right? So.
Yeah, Carl and Adam, if you've got anything to ask Jesse on United, please fire away. It's just not me throwing questions at people. So, Carl, if you want to question Jesse on something about United,
I mean, for me, I mentioned this earlier on in a space, I think with Adam's space, where I said I think United's best option is to play a 4-3-1-2, right? So 4 center backs, 3 midfield, 1 in the hole, and 2 up front, and then counter attacking. I don't think they should play a 4-3-2-1 or 4-3-3. I don't think they should do that. I think the way they can get us is to play that 4-3-1-2, very similar to what Newcastle did, okay, with wide wingers and 1 in the hole, which is what they did. I think that's the best game. I mean, what do you think, Jesse?
Well, I think that's what we'll end up playing. It just won't necessarily look like a Christmas tree or that sort of thing. I think that where you're going to find that this game is won or lost is whether the referee allows us to play, which he will. Even at the Etihad, it's going to be, he's not going to call out Lisandro.
It's Michael Oliver. He does that. He will let the game flow.
100%. He has some terrible games, but I don't ever blame referees like they all do. I guarantee you see Lisandro Martinez go through Haaland in the first 2 minutes, and he on a bookable offense, but he won't give it. And then the rest of the game, the precedent will be set. I'm sure that you'll see Rodri bring someone down on the counter, and it will as long as they let the game flow, I actually think that works for us. It really works for us because that's going to be our game plan. Be super physical in the midfield, be really stern at the back, and then make sure that you're covering runs. And the one thing that I want to point out about our wingers that no one ever really picks up on, not even United fans, and I don't know why, is that since Antony has come in and since Sancho's been here, they pick up runs. They actually do the defensive work, and that's going to be super important for us.
The only thing about Michael Oliver is that Michael will not waste time giving you a red card if you're too physical. Clear.
He's very dangerous, Jesse.
He doesn't. Penalties, red cards. He doesn't fool around. And nobody.
And also, if you
hold on. And VAR does not turn him down. VAR does not rescind his position. He will go and look at it. If he believes it is, he's going to keep it. So if you're overly physical, he will give you a red card, quick. This is not Anthony. This is Michael Oliver. Oliver will give you a card. Anthony Taylor will dilly-dally and will mess around and do that kind of stuff. Paul Tierney will mess around and not give you yellow cards. But this guy, Oliver, he will give you a red card quick.
And pens. He also gives pens very fast.
And he's very finicky.
Precise.
Very finicky. I remember the game against Liverpool 2 years ago when it was the 4-1. When Diaz just held on to Salah's arm for a second, penalty. It's not even a question. He gave 2 penalties in that game, one to Gundogan and one to Salah. The guy is extremely finicky. And because he's the best referee in England, right, they don't usually question him. They just let it go.
Can I say something, though? I think apart from his flaws, he has, but I think I still like him because he's got that confidence, right, and arrogance that he just says it's spot on. Because I've seen other reps being manipulated by VAR, you know what I mean? They go but But when he sees it, and I think out of all of them, majority of the time he gives the right call on pens, because when he sees something useless, and he gives you warnings, you know that he gives you warnings and tells you one more time, and then you do it.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that when you just he is one of the best. That's why he goes to the World Cup instead of some of this. I think Anthony Taylor has been going to international games recently, because Taylor, I don't blame him. Sometimes he has got a mistake.
For me,
but he
I
does.
put respect for him, because you know why? He is not afraid, to stick with what his decision is. If he believes he's a red, he's a red.
Michael Oliver.
Yeah, because with some referees, I don't know whether it's like they allow the players, like rival players from other players, to interfere with their decision,
and the fans,
and also their linesmen, rather than thinking for themselves and also looking at the video, like the video on the sideline, looking at it and then assessing whether what if my decision was the correct decision or not. And with him, that's what I respect him for, and that's why I say, like what you guys have said, he's the best out of the bunch. Like an apple. One apple is better than the rest of the apples.
Yeah, he's left a lot of these games, isn't it? They give him Liverpool City, Chelsea, Man United. He's always Man United City. He's always him. I think so. Am I right, that Jesse? It's always him. Man United City is always him. Grant, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say he's like also like I don't think that this is correct. He's like definitely one of the most young referees in Premier League history, and he's always been. I think that that's a good thing for him. Now I'm just talking about the ref. Now I'm just blowing smoke up his ass. I actually think he's an amazing referee for what he is, and when he's Clattenburg's age, I mean he'll probably be officiating a big final sometime soon, and he's still a young man. He's 37 or something. So yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So there's a comment here that City will win, no Raheem to mess up things. That's funny though, Jesse. Raheem never scored against you guys, and I remember that game where De Bruyne put him through on goal, and we're winning 2-0, and you guys ended up winning 3-2. Put him through on goal twice with the same 1v1. He missed it the same way twice. So anyway, big up to that. But let's leave Raheem alone. So Atai says, "What's up, fam? How you doing, Atai?" Bobby K says, "Big up, panel." Chat, come on, United. Yeah, big up to you guys, man. So guys, let's go to the part where we've all been waiting for. The combined starting 11. I have been seeing a lot of them for the past weeks. They've been interesting ones, Jesse. So this is what's going to happen, guys. I know what everybody wants. I know everybody wants a combined 11 that's just freestyle, and we just allow to be thrown everybody. But let's make this interesting, because at the end of the day, we have a guest in Jesse. So Kao and Adam, I'm not going to just go full on. Let's freestyle with this. I think there's 11 players on the pitch, right? Are we together?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
11 players on the pitch. I don't know how we're gonna divide this.
11.
Do you know what I'm?
Sorry? There's always.
Yeah, but I'm saying 11 plus the keeper. I know that, but I'm trying to say it's hard to divide 11. But I'm gonna just say let's go 5. 5 from United and 5 from City. Unfortunately, we have to go like that just to make it interesting and fair. Because if we go on this, we know how it's gonna end up. We're gonna end up with a dominated side. Is that a great idea, or you want to go to let's just decide based on deciding?
You know, boys, I'm totally comfortable, because I think you guys will be able to hear. Just give me a couple freebies, and just I'm not just guaranteed, but like let me argue them, and then we can try to figure this out, because there's
cool.
a better side here. Yeah, no, I'm comfortable with that, dude. United haven't been great this year. Like I don't think we deserve to have 5 and.
Yeah. So what do you think, Adam and Carl? Jesse says he's fine if we can just do a random one.
Jesse is our guest. Whatever Jesse says goes. Jesse's our guest.
Yeah. Sorry. There we go. Yeah. Great. Okay. Cool. So Jesse, we win with 5-5, isn't it? 5 City and 5 United. Then we decide a striker or a keeper somewhere when we get there. Cool. Yeah. So let's start off with the keeper. Who are we going on a keeper? I'll start with you, Jesse.
Honestly, De Gea doesn't fit into Ten Hag's system. He's been okay. He's made some good saves, but by no metric do I think that he is going to come out of this season being that great. And I really don't think he's been great so far. His distribution has been really poor. You guys haven't conceded many goals, although you guys have conceded more than you'd want to, but I would still put Ederson in there for sure. I definitely would.
Okay, cool. So Edison, isn't it?
I mean, I just imagine. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't pay
Yeah,
much.
the game. Yeah, right. So that's a good thing you've just said. It's such a smart
No,
thing.
I mean the thing.
And I think
The
it's
thing is that this is where there's some City fans who talk about shot stopping, right? And I always laugh when they talk about shot stopping, and they go, "Here clearly is a better shot stopper
Yeah.
because he faces more shots on goal, right?
He's
Right, right.
phenomenal.
So the numbers will look better for him because he faces more shots on goal." But to Jesse's point about the distribution of the ball, which Ten Hag clearly wants to play, I mean, it's got to be Edison. And we need to appreciate Edison for who he is, which a lot of fans unfortunately don't on the blue side of Manchester.
Yeah, so look, JC has said something smart. I think a lot of people in the combined did not realize this. Edison would suit Ten Hag because Ten Hag wants a keeper that can pass from the back. So if we're talking about both managers, Edison and Ten Hag, possession-based managers who want to build from the back, De Gea, I think, is that's why I'm saying he's another weakness for the derby. So if he decides to build from the back, what I saw in the other games, he was giving away the ball to Arsenal, but Arsenal could not just be clinical. I think you saw a few times, even he gave a few times to Liverpool, but the decisions made by Liverpool were not great. If he gives them to somebody who's clinical, I think he's in trouble. But I think very soon, I don't know if it's just me who feels this, Jess. I don't know if you feel the same. I have a feeling that Ten Hag next season might be looking for another keeper who's good with his feet.
Yeah, no, he's definitely looking for that. Another thing that Ederson does very well is he's a very good sweeper, and that's one thing that you need to play high line. Ten Hag likes to do. He's going to be looking for a new goalkeeper for a multitude of reasons, and that's a big one. Sweeping, which we don't do, and we need to play a high line, even with pacey center backs. You guys know that you still need to cut that distance in half, and yeah, I mean, just in every metric, like honestly, like Ederson, yeah, he hasn't had the great shot stopping record, and yeah, Gundo mentioned, Carl mentioned, well, we face more shots. De Gea is still an excellent shot stopper. It's just he just doesn't fit into our system at all, and we'll keep him around because he's still a good goalkeeper. Like that's the thing. It's like you just can't. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Edison's in there, bro. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Vita, welcome to the show. So, Vita, what we've decided to do, we're gonna put 5 Man United players and 5 City players, and the 11th one will just be random from nowhere. If we get there, we'll see how it goes, just to be fair and balanced with our guests. You know what I mean? So
okay. You're being hospitable.
Yeah, we're being hospitable. So
the City way, I like it.
Yeah,
I didn't ask for him to be hospitable, to be fair.
Do you want me to scratch that? Do you want me to just scratch it? Okay, you know what? Let's scratch it. It's been scratched. Let's go freestyle.
Let's put it this way. I get 1 extra vote. I get 2 votes. Cool. You guys have 4. So
okay, grand, yeah. So Veta, right back. Is it Delort or is it Delort? What's his name? Is it Delo or Delort? Whatever his name is.
Delo or Walker?
No, it's Delo.
Walker. Yeah, Walker.
How good in your guys' opinion has Walker really been for you guys this season?
If we're going to talk about in form, I think now we have the debate if we're talking about in form, and the reason why is I don't think Walker's form has actually been that bad, but I think what he's been asked to do, Pep did challenge him early in the season to kind of play more than what he typically has done. Like he's been inverted, he's been up the pitch, he's handled the ball a lot more than any of us would have ever expected. And I think that left many of us as fans being like, Walker doesn't seem on it, because when he's then had to transition on defense, he's chasing, he's racing back, he's kind of like making up for some of the plays happening behind him. I still
there's a comment here that says Edison, Walker, Varane, Diaz, Cancelo, Casemiro, De Bruyne, Foden, Silva, Foden, Haaland, Sancho.
I think that's a lot of names.
Yeah. Okay, keep going, Veta.
I get you, Master 20, but I think that's a lot of names in there. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Veta. So right back.
At right back, I would still give the nod to Walker, even with the form that we're talking about. And I know that it might be kind of slight. If I were to like push and give it to Delo, it would only because Walker's been missing a few games due to injury too, right? So who's been more consistent? Who's played more? Could I push and say it's Delo? We could again. I know you said scratch the hospitality and then I think we could do it in this case. I think Delo could be the shout on the right side.
This is one thing. I'm just going to make this argument for this. Delo has been one of our best players, which doesn't mean anything really. But what I will say about Delo is that he's been assisting, attacking, tracking back, defending well, a brace for Portugal, couple of assists for us. He's actually been all action. I would actually be way more willing to give up it on obviously the left-hand side where Malacia, great. He's been adapting, but Cancelo is still contributing in the way that Pep wants him to, with goals, with midfield play. Whereas obviously Walker, like you say, being inverted doesn't suit him. For Cancelo, he's just a midfielder anyways, who can also play very well at left back.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, City destroyed us in the FA Cup final. Yeah, we did. I remember. Sorry about that, Watford fan. So I mean, is how Bernardo is not on the combined 11 on Sky preview. I don't know, man. But Sky does things purposely sometimes to just trigger people, because if they give you what you want, you are not going to click as much.
Yeah,
but they'll give you. Last time they put Maguire in there and dropped an inform Laporte. It was purposely done. It's done to just get you buzzing, because if you see that time Diaz or Stones and Diaz who are on fire, you're not gonna get excited to click. You're gonna argue more in the comments if you see that. So okay, so guys, I'm gonna go to Adam. Adam, what about the centre back?
To be honest with you, I'm gonna end up putting. You know why? Because they both, for United as well, both of their centre back partnerships have been great as well. So, you know, I'm going to be fair enough. I'm going to put Akanji. And the other one will be, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Martinez. Because I was going to say Rafael Varane, but it means that I have to drop one of the two. But I'm going to put Martinez there.
Okay, Carl, Adam is going for Akanji and Martinez. What do you think of that?
Nah, Martinez against Haaland is not a match, man. You want to see, man.
I think it's going Varane. In general. It's going in general as just a combined without saying Haaland is attacking.
Yeah, I'm going Varane and Diaz. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. What about yourself, Ed? What do you think of the Akanji and?
Actually, I'm going Akanji and I'm going Varane and Akanji. Sorry, Varane and Akanji.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'd have to defer who's been better between Varane and Martinez, because as of late, we've all kind of joked about it. United fans have talked highly of the two. So I'm not too sure which one to decide on, but I do think that Akanji should be within that mix. And then it's kind of splitting hairs between those two other center backs.
No.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think, Jesse?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, has Diaz not been performing this year? Because he's looked like he's done well, but Akanji hasn't played in every game, has he? So
I think Diaz has been okay. I'll give Diaz I would say a 6.5 over 10, right? But Akanji so far in all these games, he's been 8 over 10 or 8 over 10, 8 over 10. Right?
Yeah,
it's just been that level of consistency that it's just consistent.
Yeah, and
keep in mind, Jesse, these centre backs at Man City have been chopped and changed. So
yeah, okay,
yeah. That's what I think. Another thing.
This is why I have to ask, and this is why Pep Roulette becomes such an issue. No, I totally accept that, and I do think Varane is the right answer. They've been equally as good. The thing about Varane is that since bringing in Martinez, Varane has actually been the leader there.
We've seen the UCL Varane, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can move on. That's good.
No, I'm saying we seriously have. I'm not joking. I'm being serious. We actually.
I didn't
take it. I used to see. Yeah, you see. What I mean?
I didn't take it. I didn't take it as that. I honestly think that that's probably the best. I just wanted to make sure that we're putting in your guys' best, because I wasn't sure, because I'm willing to give up both, but like our defense has been really good, if you know what I mean. So yeah.
What about Malacia versus Cancelo, Jesse?
Cancelo 100%.
The only issue is that if you're going to go 5-5, you don't put in a United player, you're gonna have to compromise somewhere else, which is the issue, right?
No, we've dropped the 5. We've dropped it now, Carl. The 5 has been dropped. It's just freestyle now.
You guys are just being
Oh, okay.
friendly now.
Okay.
You guys are
Yeah,
just being
just
friendly,
freestyle.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've just left. Jesse's just gonna have a final double vote somewhere else, and I hope it's not putting that man who does Sui or Sue. Anyway, let's move on to the midfield. Who's going to be our CDM? Because both teams have amazing CDMs. They've got Casemiro, who's a 5-time UCL winner, and they've got Fred, who carries the piano for some of his players. They've got Rodri, who can play centre back and also tucks in his shirt in matches unnecessarily, but I know why he does that. We've got the great Scottish man, McTominay, who people say he's a legend in his country. So who's going to be the CDM in this case?
Do you guys want to go first?
Veta?
If-
Oh, Carl hasn't been. Carl, who's going to be the CDM? I didn't give it to Carl.
This is a hard. This is a hard one. I mean, clearly there's some players that we know who have to be there. De Bruyne has to be there.
No, I'm talking about the CDM. We're starting with the holding.
Oh, Holding. That's a hard one, man. That one. I can't split between both.
Let's go off of form as well. I think that's it. That's something we should probably.
I mean, I would do form then Rodri because he's been informed, right? I mean, you know.
Yeah, Casemiro hasn't
Just
actually played, isn't it? And that's your best. Yeah, that's your best CDM, I can say.
Yeah,
Casemiro hasn't played.
yeah. Out of form, I would say probably Rodri.
Okay, grand. Okay, so we get here. We go to Jesse, then we'll go to Veta. Jesse, the two midfielders. What do you think? Who are you throwing in midfield? Because you talked about Eriksen. Big up to him, man. After what happened to him, and for him to recover from that and end up at a big team and be able to play football again at a high level. My God, that's the stories we love in football. Even though I'm a City fan, I am not biased towards that. I respect something like that. So, who are you putting in midfield?
You're killing me here because I'm going Eriksen all day, and there's a very good reason for that. It's because I think that if you were to put him in that City system, he would slide in just as well as anyone else you do have, especially in that position. I think he would. Actually, I don't want to say that just because he hasn't played under Pep for 3 years or whatever. But like, what we're looking at, we're looking at Gundogan and we're looking at KDB. Those are the two players I'm really looking at in that position specifically. And Eriksen has been by far our player of the year. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And he's continued to do it, and he's doing it on all fronts. And forget like people's sympathy for him. I actually think that's disrespectful. And I know that's not what you were saying, but it's not just that. He is just that good of a player. He basically just took what he was doing at Brentford, which people were saying, oh, this is amazing, then brought it to a better team.
It's an amazing story, though, isn't it? An amazing story because some players would have never come back, you know?
What was that? Sorry. Yeah, no, some players would have never come back from that, but it's a testament to his character as much as it is his talent. And he's been playing the game at his own pace. So
I can't lie.
I agree with Jesse. The only challenge is that Bernardo, Kevin, and Eriksen, right? That becomes the problem. Is I mean, you know, that for me, that's the quandary in my head. Is that how do I not play Bernardo in such a game? How do I not play Kevin? Am I going to put Eriksen instead of Kevin or Bernardo? You know, if I had a diamond, a 3-4-3 diamond, okay, I would probably put all four, right? Because then I could play a 3-4-3 diamond and play the four of them in midfield, and I'm cool. But I have to drop one, so it's maybe somebody else has a solution, but I don't.
I don't know. I feel putting Eriksen there is fair. I know Bernardo is crazy mad, but if I'm being honest and I'm removing my City glasses, De Bruyne hasn't impressed me this season. Just me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I haven't seen the De Bruyne. Yes, he's been doing the passes, the assists, but I haven't seen the De Bruyne. I can see the highest level of De Bruyne. Just me. I said it in the other match. I think so. Even Sevilla, I was like, that's not the De Bruyne I know. That was just a De Bruyne that's the thing about somebody told me this. It was Don't Smoke, actually. It's like, Patrick, the difference between De Bruyne and other players is this. De Bruyne will have a stinker. You hear that, Veteran Cow and Adam. De Bruyne might have a stinker. Guess what De Bruyne does? He will either score for City or assist for City. But he's having a stinker, and you can say, oh, De Bruyne is having a stinker. But that's what's amazing about him. Yeah.
Patrick, I've explained this to people 1,000 million times. Okay, when you think about Kevin De Bruyne, do not think about a footballer. Think about a quarterback. Okay, think about Tom Brady. Okay, Brady may get intercepted, right, many times, but I guarantee when he makes that pass to the running back or the wide receiver, it's in. It's a Hollywood. That's De Bruyne for you. De Bruyne can play bad for 15, 20, 30 minutes, but when he makes that one move, bang, that's who he is.
It's similar to what
That's
Messi does. It's like similar to what Messi does, where Messi would disappear for a period of the game, and the next thing you know, this guy shot a goal in the back of the net, or he's popped out in a random position and he's passed the ball to his teammate assisting.
I feel like there's a difference there, though, just because Messi can afford it. You can't afford to do that in your midfield. And I think that you guys are, I don't know, like, yeah, obviously you guys are the ones who watch them. I've watched every game 90 minutes, by the way, because I've been forced to from our channel over at Talk Football. But it's KDB when he is playing, and he's been playing almost every game, like Foden, who I didn't expect. I expected Grealish to play a lot more. He's been incredible in my expectations. So I was surprised to see you guys kind of saying that he shouldn't be there. But at the same time, I kind of respect your guys' vision for it, because you guys are like, well, he's not up to the level that we expect him to be at, which just shows his class, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I have seen, like, I don't know, like, this is what I tell people. Like, a lot of people get, like, it's a touchy subject at City. There's few touchy subjects at City. There's De Bruyne. That's the biggest touchy subject at City. You don't touch De Bruyne. You just don't touch him. But
No.
what I say is, I have seen De Bruyne. I have, and you guys, you know what I mean. I have seen De Bruyne when he's on fire and he's ripping people. You're like, my God, this is unfair. And you even see rival fans, they don't even argue. They say, my God, this guy is a cheat code. But I'm just saying, I think he's not yet there. But what pisses me off more, and I agree with Carl, is that guy from Belgium, Martinez, the manager, he never gives De Bruyne a slight opportunity to rest. And I don't get why. Because he's playing against Honduras or some...
It's because he's so good. That's why.
Yeah,
because
I don't
he's
know.
so
It's
good.
just... Yeah, but so what do you think Veta on this midfield? Do we
I-
put Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne, or we leave Eriksen in there
Well,
for balance-wise?
Patrick, I was about to come on mute and be like, "What are you talking about with KDB?" I was trying to just contain myself. I think if you're holding KDB to his like peak Saiyan powers, right? When he's just like,
17, 18, I think. 17, 18.
if you're
When
holding him to
when the
that,
passes, remember the passes, he didn't even look.
Yeah. He didn't even give it a touch. He just first whips it in. If you're looking at KDB when he's like fully charged up and you're holding him to that standard with regards to how the season's going, I agree with you. I think what we've been seeing, as high as KDB's quality is that he's still trying to find the pockets for everyone. To Carl's point, as the quarterback, and I know that's American football for all of you, but he's responsible for everyone on that pitch, and I think KDB is constantly assessing, and sometimes he can go missing for a spell, or he's finding the right touch and the right pace of some of these passes, and you know what? When we see KDB miss a pass, we're like, ooh, what just happened? KDB missed. So I think his standard has still been very high. I think obviously it's definitely warrants him being selected here. What I would say now, and when you guys were talking about Eriksen, and now and we're obviously going to have to look at not having Silva within the option, is I think Silva's on 2 goals for the season. I don't know where he is with regards to assists. We all know when we watch that game, and it's probably the same perspective that Jesse gives when he was looking at Eriksen. So much flows through Silva. Like, we expect Silva to be picking up the ball from Rodri, close dribble, taking on a few players, sometimes playing right wing, sometimes playing in those ghost spots and attacking in that final third. We ask a lot of Silva. So with regards to like splitting this in combined 11, I'm okay with Silva not represented here, but I hope everyone that's tuning in, maybe watching this on demand later, knows that it's just fine margins why Silva is not within this 11. Definitely deserving so, and is key in terms of role player or the role that he plays, just like Eriksen.
So basically, yeah, we're looking for the spark, like a spark. Go ahead, Jesse.
Can you just pull up Big Morgan? Sorry, Big Mormon. I live in Idaho. No United player would get into our team. That's not the point. They're just being generous, and we're kind of trying to figure out like who we can suss out in this team. I don't think it's a big deal, man. I'll be honest. I think Eriksen in your guys' team would be banging. I think Varane in your team would be banging. So, yeah, I just feel like we can move on from that.
And Big Morgan, we're looking at form. Currently on form, Big Morgan.
To be fair, there are a few players that would get into our team. I would have Rashford over Grealish.
I would take Eriksen.
You know, so let's get it straight, right? I know that United are great rivals, but I would take Rashford over Grealish every single day.
Yeah, Carl, I can even say this, and I don't know if you can agree, but the time when, let's say, David Silva left the team and Eriksen walked through the door, I don't think anybody was going to complain. Eriksen and Bernardo Silva, let's say Bernardo Silva is in and David leaves, and then when David left, Eriksen walks through the door when he's like 27. I don't think anybody was going to sit down and say no, because Eriksen, I've always looked at him and say, especially when he was in Spurs, I was like, this looks like a Pep player. He doesn't belong in Spurs. Yeah. And Eriksen, my God,
everybody forgets that Eriksen grew up in Ajax, right? Before he went to Tottenham and started fooling around with that crazy club, he was at Ajax, right? That's where he cut his teeth. So he knows possession-based football. So it's no surprise, right? People forget that.
Cool. So anyway, so De Bruyne is the man making it, and Bernardo Silva is missing. What hurts me the most is we overlook Gundogan. But anyway, I digress.
I brought him up. I said I thought it'd be.
He's underrated, isn't it? He's so underrated.
I thought it'd be. Well, it's. I also was looking at Eriksen, and Gundogan does the same thing Eriksen does. Bernardo pushes up, so does KDB. Gundogan is the one who links. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I brought it up earlier. But yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool. So we go to the front. How is the front going to be?
I want to see. So one thing, let's just fill it in. Striker. I think it's easy enough, isn't it?
That should be auto populated. Every combined 11 that has City in it, that's ST, should auto populate with the man right there.
Yeah, guys. Now, read these comments. We need to press them from the whistle to the last whistle. That's the thing. If we put them under pressure, you're right, Harry Mills. We need to press them. And I think that's the thing. Somebody said that if you don't give this United players, even if you give them the ball, somebody said give United the ball, they won't know what to do with it. But take the ball away from them, and you have the possession. Apparently, they will press you, and they will find a way to get the killer pass. I don't know if that's right, Jesse. I was watching an analysis. Somebody was like, if somebody left you in possession, it would actually be difficult for you guys trying to play possession football right now. He feels that maybe in a few years, when a few midfielders come into your team who can keep the ball, he believes you'll be better that way. I don't know if that was unfair.
This is kind of the interesting thing. We're starting to see signs of United moving away from that. Ten Hag's not changing the team because it's working, and McTominay will start with Eriksen and Bruno, which is slightly frustrating because what we have in Casemiro, I keep hearing he can't play ball. Has anyone watched this guy? No. He is pure clamps and make the simple pass, but he knows how to play ball. Every time the pass comes short, it's always one touch. It's always win the ball back, first touch out, and it's always a progressive pass. It's never backwards. And then you have Eriksen. And then you have someone like Bruno. Honestly, our biggest issue right now is the fact that Tony's not playing, Casemiro's not playing, and they're not going to play in this game. So I expect that will be a major complication. But just wait until like February time, assuming we don't have injuries. And I think that you'll see a team that's a lot better at beating the counter press. For now, everything you guys say is right. But just wait.
Yeah, too. So Jerome says, "Hi, is right. If we don't do that, they will take us out." Yeah, we have to press them. Don't give them time. Don't give Eriksen time on the ball. That's what I would say. Especially him. Don't give him time on the ball to see a pass and say, "Oh, Eriksen will find the pass." Or put Silky in the 86th row and play Bernardo Silva on the right. Yeah, that's obviously if we were doing a Man City lineup, I'm pretty sure a lot of us would have been putting Bernardo Silva on the right because of what he does against United. He goes up a gear. There's two teams he goes up a gear for, United and Liverpool. I've noticed that Bernardo Silva takes those games very seriously because he comes from Benfica, and when Benfica plays Sporting, it's also bad blood.
He's a Portuguese bull. He hates the color red.
Yeah. So let's go to left winger and right winger. Man City don't have resident left wingers and right wingers. They just switch. It's either Mahrez, it's Grealish. The other day it's Foden. Another day it's Alvarez. It's Palmer. It's just so. Going to you, Jesse. Left winger and right winger. From what you've seen from City and United, what are you picking?
So it's completely contingent on this. I have heard all season rivals, and it hasn't been City fans necessarily. Every once in a while, obviously, it'll sneak out of the cracks on Twitter or in one of these streams where people will say something about Sancho. Sancho has been our best forward this season by a million miles. If you watch what he does tracking back defensively and the way that he moves the ball, keeps possession, keeps things going, also scoring all the clutch goals. Sancho's in there for me on either wing. So it's up to you guys, but I'm using my double vote for this. And if I need to explain more, I will, but we also just need to watch the games as from a footballing perspective, not from GA. I'm tired of GA merchants trying to run this. It's so ridiculous. Sancho is an insane player. And thank you very much, by the way, chat. We appreciate your guys' donation to Manchester United. Though it came 4 years.
Now we've donated a lot to your team. So, guys, Sancho on the left wing, do we agree with that?
You know what? Because it's the left wing, and because we haven't had much consistency with who we've been putting on that side, you know, dismissing the last match where a man scored within 50 seconds of the game, I would actually give it to Sancho. I would give it to Sancho with regards to consistency. I would.
Jerome says, Sancho disappears after doing something special.
Jesus. Watch the game, bro. Jerome, I'm sorry, but it gets that way. Like, if you watch all the contribution, we have not been good this year. If you watch the defensive work, which he shouldn't be having to do all the time, and the way that he's actually pushing us up the pitch, progressing the ball, and just everything there, he does have some stinkers, but he rarely loses the ball. And when it is, it's 3.
Yeah, I see he's very popular. He's that thing for sitting people down. He's loved it. He likes doing that where he delays before he shoots and lets you guys react and your keeper react and puts it and places it. That's a skill in its own, man. I love that. And Scout says we've been starving at that left wing since Sané left. You know, somebody stable. It was Foden, but Foden was first 9. But Foden now is doing better as a right winger, which brings us to that. Is it Foden right winger? Because Foden has started performing better as a right winger. Carl, Adam, Foden, Anthony. Foden or Anthony or Rashford.
You know me, I hate inverted wingers. I'll probably switch Foden with Sancho left and right, and keep Foden on the left and Sancho on the right with Haaland through the middle.
Yeah, but just wingers, is it? So Sancho and Foden, isn't it? Because these guys were supposed to be the dynamic duo for City if Sancho never left City. I'm pretty sure right now, if I'm not lying, Sancho and Foden will be in that front next to Haaland.
Yeah, but I would switch them around. I wouldn't play inverted wingers.
I don't think you need to either. Sancho can play off the right. He's already scored.
You know what? Let's go. That's Carl's pet thing. So let's let's collect that. There we go. So that's the team, guys. And this front three could have been the Man City front three if Sancho never decided to leave us and come down and sign that contract. So, guys, that's the lineup. That's the combined lineup. As I say, guys, this is not saying, as people say, we know that best of City, majority of the Man United players, the way they performed for a while, they wouldn't get into the City team. We understand that, but we're doing this just to get United players in there who have also been doing well this season and just see if we can get a balanced team. Because if you were to ask me on an honest and as an unbiased fan, I think this team can actually get top 4. Am I wrong? This team we've had here.
Yeah, do better than that if you put Pep in there as the coach. Come on. It would
you're right about that.
You're
right about that. So, guys, That's our predicted lineup for the both teams. So let's just read a few of these comments. I do. My roommate is a United fan. Sanchez 500-1 to score a hat trick. Haaland is 9-1. That's Big Morgan. Big up for that. De Bruyne, Foden link up on the right wing is cooking. You're right about that. Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. Sancho and Haaland already have the connection. Yeah, they do. They always do. That's a good shout out. I think they used to have a good connection at Dortmund. I'm going to go straight to Veta because Veta doesn't enjoy this part. So I'll go straight right to you, Veta, then Adam, then Jesse, then Carl. So Veta.
Okay, you know why I don't like this part? And I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep saying it. I can't give a score prediction. I can't confidently give a score prediction until I've seen the lineups from either team. Because, and I've learned a lot over this past season, especially listening to you, Patrick, and especially Coach Carl, right? So when I know on how I've envisioned us wanting to attack them and how I've seen them set up to possibly defend against us and where they may choose to attack is where I kind of get my confidence in terms of picking a score. No shame, no disrespect either, but I confidently believe City's winning this game. I can definitely say that. I see City winning this game. If United choose to play a more compact defensive, let's catch you on a counter. If United choose to, maybe it's for the early part of the game, choose to actually play on the front foot and just let's go toe-to-toe, I still see us getting some joy and winning. So I can confidently say City is winning on Sunday. This match over here in Toronto starts at 9 a.m., so I'm going to be ready for it.
That's score, a good time, isn't it? Good time, man. Good time.
It's a great way to start the Sunday. You know what I mean? It's the day is gonna. I hope to be smiling, have big smile on Sunday. But tune in if you guys are going to do a preview show. If you guys are going to do a space, that's when I'll actually give a score prediction when the lineup comes out. But right now, I'm gonna say we're winning.
Okay, cool. So what about there's a comment here? Jesse has good football knowledge. Enjoy the debate. Cheers, chaps. Yeah, Big Morgan. That's the first time Big Morgan has complimented an outsider. Jesse, you brought smoke. That's the first time Big Morgan has complimented an outsider. Because majority of the time, I remember Big Morgan telling us to get somebody out who was from a position that they're not saying the truth. So I know Jesse is one of the good ones, man. He talks football, and he's got a show. Is it Talk Football? TF, you can find him on Talk Football. He's got mates there. He's got Dan. He's got Anthony. He's got Josh. They know ball. They know ball. When they're talking about football, they remove the biased glasses and they speak football. If they want to joke around, sometimes they will tell you that here it's banter and we're here to banter. So they will go banter versus how fans we do. So if you want to see more of Jess, go to Talk Football. You'll be able to see him there. These guys aren't biased. When they're talking, they talk facts. They don't talk just to trigger people. So big up to them. Big up to them. So here it says 3-1. I think 2-1, City score and then third. Okay. Respect to Jess. Respect to you and to Big Morgan, man. Big up to you. So we come to Adam. Adam, what do you think the score prediction will be? Quick and fast.
I'm thinking 3-1 City.
Who scores?
Haaland, KDB, Bernardo Silva.
Okay, cool. Very strong. What about Jesse? What do you think? The City boys are very confident.
Heart tells me 1-1, but I do think you guys will have enough. I think we have too many little terrible matchups. I think you guys have 6 players that can hurt us, and I don't think that we're going to play 6 players that can keep you guys quiet. So 2-1, but I want to go for a 1-1, so I'm going to go for a 1-1.
Okay, grand. What about yourself, Mr. Carl, as the last one? What's your score prediction? Okay, so we lost Carl. So I'm pretty sure if Carl was here, he was going to say, we're going to batter them, man. We're going to batter them, man. We're going to destroy them. And 4-1. So Carl, I said 4-1. So guys, that's the preview of the match. Did you like my presentation format where it's a presentation? If you like that, please let me know. Thank you very much, Jesse. Thank you very much, Veta Games. Guys, go and subscribe to Talk Football. Go subscribe to always to Veta Games and go follow Adam for the spaces on Twitter. Subscribe to Pitch Points for Carl. Guys who are new, subscribe to the channel. We want the family to continue going. Thank you very much, guys. A lot of you people always come in. You always look after us. You guys are like family whenever we're live. Last time I was amazed after the Wolves game. There was about 500 of you, and obviously YouTube was showing me 20, and I was like, okay, but that's a good thing. It's good YouTube didn't show me 500 because I was gonna start panicking. Vetter knows when one time it went to 1,000, I started panicking. Jesse, I couldn't read the comments. I was sweating, stressed, saying, "My God, this is too many people," and people were just commenting. So I love my small
Bright
family.
light.
I love the small family. I appreciate the small family. You know, the small things are the wins. So guys, let's hope for a good game. Rich, how you doing? Big up to you, Rich. The most honest Man City and United debate so far. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. And as Jay says, drop talk football in the chat. Love the boys in the chat. Yeah. That's what Jay. That's JC. I thought that was Josh for a minute. But
Yes.
anyway, guys, go to talk football. I'll put the link when I'm doing the editing. I'll put the link for talk football. I also majority of the times I put Vetter and pitch points in the link. When I'm lazy, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. When I'm being lazy, I don't. But anyway, guys, that's it from us, and hopefully enjoy the games tomorrow. I think there'll be Spurs versus Arsenal. There'll be a few games, so we're gonna see how the league is gonna go. I think,
Yeah, I'm
guys,
definitely watching that Spurs
Yeah.
game. I'll probably watch it on my TV, and then the ones later on I'll watch on my app on my tablet.
Yeah, cool. So as you see, Adam is looking forward to that. So guys, that's it from us.